Should I put on the news?
It's only the same old stuff.
Well, let's listen to the weather.
Nothing changes. It's either rainy or sunny.
Remember that surprise snow? That was a change. I sat here watching it coming down. It was so peaceful. Everything covered in white. The deck looked perfect.
Yeah, the snow hit all the mistakes.
Fred, it's a little too early for your sarcasm. You stay put while I get the kitchen cleaned up. I told you that Jen is coming over for lunch. And don't pretend you forgot. I'm sure I told you yesterday that Jen was coming over for lunch.
Well, you know your way around the kitchen, so you better get busy. Fire up the big stove, because Jen may be coming.
All you have to do is listen to her and be nice. That's all you have to do. Just give her some credit. She's been through a lot. At first, that awful marriage, then drug rehab. But she pulled through, she's strong, and now she's working.
By the way, what time is it? Isn't Jen coming over?
Yes, 100 times Jen is coming over. Well, I think we're all set. Why don't you call Tommy in? This way he'll have time to wash up and get ready.
It's Saturday afternoon. You know, kids, he's probably out with his friends having a good time. Thank God he's okay. When he's hungry, he'll come in for lunch. There he is. There's Tommy. Come over. Go get ready for lunch.
No, Gramps,
coming over.
I stopped in for just a short break. I'm going out again.
Well, I give you A for honesty, but I think you had enough time with your friends. So why don't you get ready?
Oh, Tommy, lunch is almost ready. Just do what you're told.
Okay, fine. I'll go to my room. Maybe I'll play a game.
Do you always have to play those video games? I mean, with all that noise.
I just want to be by myself for a little bit.
Don't you want to see your mother?
Oh, all that boring stuff. And how are you? And how are they treating you? Look, I'll see her later. Right now, I just want to go to my room and play some games.
Okay. Calm down, Tommy. All right. Go to your room, but come down when we call you. That's more than enough time to be by yourself. Understood?
Oh, Tommy, please change your clothes so that when your mother gets here, we don't have to go after you.
He don't need to change his clothes. He'll just get them dirty again. Well, he's not exactly a big fan of his mother's. I mean, we raised Jen as best we could. Remember all the awards she got in school and the friends she had? What went wrong? We were too easy, that's what went wrong. As for those school awards, every kid got one in those days. Teachers were afraid to correct papers with red pens, fearful of bruising the little darling's feelings. Jen was popular. Jen was pretty because she had a lot of friends. She was popular because she had a lot of friends. Too good for her own. I just wish that some of her friends I didn't care for. I know some had, the parents had money, but so what? What did we expect? Then she gets pregnant and we have to take care of Tommy. Doesn't this ever end?
There was no talking to her at those days. She was young. She was headstrong, but she wanted her own way. Okay, so now we have Tommy. He's our grandson. He lives with us. It's the right thing.
But something's wrong with that. Both of us know. That's not the right way to do things. You're a parent, so it's up to you to raise your kid with love and respect and understand people.
Keep your voice down. The neighbors will hear you. This time, I agree with you.
Poor kid. He's getting older and we're getting tired and he's full of energy. I bet he knows more than he lets on. You know, just between us, he needs a little more direction, a firmer hand. I wish he were doing better in school. Well, at least we got money for college if he wants to go. We take one day at a time, right, Ann? We did the best we could. I just hope Tommy and his friends ain't outside terrorizing all the neighborhoods. That's all we need for the neighbors to complain.
No one understands a burden until it's on their back.
Amen, Ann, amen. I agree with you on that one.
Thanks for lunch. Now, before I leave, I would like to check on Tommy. And Monday, I'm starting this new job. The old one was good, but the money is much better in this one.
That old job, weren't you some sort of clerk typist?
And this new job, it pays better, right?
And I've got an apartment in a lovely neighborhood. And as soon as I get myself sorted out, Tommy will move in with me. Now, he'll go to the local high school. I'll make sure that he studies. It's a lesson he has to learn. School may be boring, but it's important.
Well, Jen, that sounds very good.
I'm very excited. I will be starting off doing office work, but the manager said there is room for someone like me to move on.
Good for you, Jen. Keeping busy is what keeps me feeling young. I like to be busy. I'm still volunteering at the school. Sometimes there just aren't enough hours in the day.
Yeah, your mother keeps busy all right. That sounds like Tommy. About time. Tommy, come over here and say hello to your mother. You almost missed a great lunch. Ann, would you get Tommy a plate? Tommy's always asking questions. He wants to know how things work. That's good. We'd like him to do well in school because we want him to go to college. But you know, teenagers, they got their own agenda.
Yeah, buying skateboards, video games, and staying out late, whatever. Isn't he getting tall? Pretty soon we're gonna have to get him a suit so he looks all grown up.
Kids don't wear suits nowadays. Reminds me of a joke I heard. Mother says to her son, "Are you talking back to me?" And the kid replies, "Well, yeah, that's kind of how communication works."
Nice one, Frank. There's no getting around it, though. Tommy still needs a suit. Maybe a navy blue one.
I guess you're right, Ann. Jen, where did you say you were going to work?
Oh, it's at Job Corps. It is a non-profit organization for servicing disadvantaged youth. Now, I'll be working at the Middleview office on 110, but they do have a number of centers in the neighborhood.
How much are they going to pay you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I am just starting out, but they did mention the mid-30s.
Isn't it a little tight for you and Tommy, I mean, considering rent, utility, food?
It's okay, Dad. I will manage.
You can always stay here until you get on your feet. We can give you some money, but your mother and I don't want to make any commitments we can't keep.
Thanks, Dad. Always knew you and Mom were behind me.
Is this lasagna?
Oh, he speaks.
Yes, I made it all morning. How do you like it?
Gramps, I'm going out again.
Look, I know it's Saturday and having fun is all so important, but so is studying. And you need to study. You need to get ready for school.
School wasn't important to you, so why should it be important to me?
Tommy, that's no way to talk. When you're in this house, you do not talk like that to your mother.
Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, we might as well talk about it. Tommy's 16, and he's growing up fast, and he knows. He watches. We can't fool him anymore.
Education is very important, Tommy, especially today. Everyone needs a good education. Your grandfather and I are hoping that you go to college, and then maybe even on to law school. Ever think of that?
Please, can we not go over this again?
Mom, how come you were in a program? Only losers go there.
Tommy, there's no need to talk like that. You can talk like a grown-up, and you're going to go to your room.
Why don't you just leave us alone?
Because I'm your mother, and pretty soon you'll be coming with me.
No way, Gramps. Why did she have to come back? Sometimes I wish she would just go away.
This is your home, and she is your mother. This is something you're going to have to figure out, and it's not easy.
I don't care, I'm going out.
You can go out later. Right now, I want you to stay in. You're going to say goodbye to your mother when she leaves.
Do I have to?
You have to be polite, especially to your mother. That's the way it is.
your room was once mine?
Yeah, I knew. Grammy and Gramps really fixed it up for me. There's a neat dresser and a study desk, and Grammy got me some cool blankets.
Well, when I was there, I had my bed facing the window. And on rainy days, I used to love rainy days because it would mean I wouldn't have to go out and play. I would sit there for hours and wonder, what am I going to be when I grow up? And then at nighttime, I'd look out and I'd see the lights of the city. And I would just dream a lot. Dreaming helps you forget things, you know. A dream is only a dream when you dream it alone. I read that in a book somewhere. But I think it sounds, you know, important or just tells a lot about people. Do the trains still go by at night?
Oh yeah, they run all the time. But at night, when it's quiet, you really hear them. And sometimes, maybe a lot of times, I think about stuff like you and about my dad. I hardly remember him. What was he like?
Oh, your father, he was tall, liked music, but he loved his bike. You know, you're going to be tall just like him.
Wait, he had a motorcycle?
Oh, yeah, he had a Harley. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And he loved to ride that bike. Oh, my God, he rode it everywhere. Always on the go, always busy, your dad.
Well, Grammy and Gramps don't talk about it much. Why is that?
Oh, well, it was different times back then. Your dad was a bit of a free spirit, and of course, Gramps wanted him to settle down. And times were different, and when you came along, it was rough. I mean, don't get me wrong, he loved you. I remember him holding you in his arms and kissing that little face all over. But he was out of work. There was rent, bills, and it just didn't work out.
Did you ever hear from him?
Oh, yeah. I got a postcard from him a few years back. It was somewhere out west. He asked about you. Wanted to know how you were, how he... Do you know, I carved my initials in that closet in your room.
Gramps painted over it a while ago, but I never knew your initials were there.
I wonder if they're still there. You see, it was so important because I had the initials of J.R. Ewing. Dallas? Dallas. Dallas was a TV show way back when. I used to love watching old movies, reruns.
I don't watch much TV.
I had games.
Oh, Gramps is always buying me games. There's a place by the mall where you can get used games for half the price. They're a little scuffed up, but Gramps says a game is a game even if somebody had it before you. And sometimes I go there with my friends to check out the new games.
Nice, nice. Tommy, do you like it here?
Yeah, it's okay. They leave me alone. Grammy's hardly ever home. She volunteers at the school so she can be friends with the teachers. And there's this other place she belongs to, Volunteers for the Homeless. So Gramps tries to do a lot of the work around the house, and a lot of times Gramps cooks.
Gramps, he cooks?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what's he like?
Well, you know, he cooks like Gramps. Everything's out of a can. but on Fridays we always get takeout, and they always let me pick, and I always get pizza. With toppings. It's the best.
Oh, that's great. How's your leg? Since the accident.
It's okay. I saw a lot of doctors, and Grammy says I'm good as new.
The right one, right? Look, please tell me again exactly what happened.
I was on my bike, and I saw a car coming towards me, so I tried to get out of the way real fast, but the handlebars got all twisted up, and I fell, and then the car hit me.
The handlebars, but how can that be? Aren't the handlebars the most solid kind of bike?
Gramps fixed him up. He said the bike was in need of a tune-up, so he screwed some screws and wrapped some duct tape around the handlebars, and it works great for a while.
And when did Gramps become the mechanical type?
Oh, well, that's what Grammy's always asking. She says it's a good thing we got some money from the accident, because she says if we had to rely on Gramps, they don't think they would be able to afford to send me to college.
Money from... Yeah, I did hear something about that. Where would you like to go?
Grammy says I could go to a state school or to a community college. She says they're all good programs, and Gramps says that's all they think they can afford right now. What do you think?
Well, I think Grammy's right. They're all good schools. It would give you a chance to do something for your future. I mean, college will change your life, make something of yourself. But, Tommy, I need to fix something between us. I've made a lot of mistakes. Things didn't go as planned. But I always thought about you. And I guess the hardest part is admitting that I wasn't exactly a great mother. But I'm trying. I've got a new job. And when I get settled, you can come live with me. I'll make it up to you. I promise, Tommy, this time I will make it up to you.
I've heard that before.
Tommy, please, you gotta believe me. This time is different.
You promise, Mom? Because I don't want to be let down again. You know what you said about looking out the window? Well, I do that too sometimes, and sometimes I just think the normal nighttime stuff, and sometimes I just stare out the window until I fall asleep at night.
Tommy, it's good to dream. We all dream sometimes. You know what? We could take some of that money that Gramps and Grammy are saving up for college, just a little bit, to help us out. And we could be together. Now that's my real dream.
Mom, it was good to see you again.
Well, that's kids for you. Always on the go. Friends are the most important things to him now.
Yep.
He'll learn when he gets older.
Jen, be careful. And when you get home, please call us.
Okay, and thanks again for lunch.
I'm just trying to piece together what just happened. Either I'm missing something or my mind isn't as quick as it used to be.
It's not just you. I'm at a loss. At least Jen got to spend time with Tommy, and if the job works out, well, we'll just see what happens. Did you hear that, Frank? I was awfully close, like something bad happened.
Oh, don't get spooked by a little noise. It's always something around here.
Jen, is that you? How'd you get in?
Oh, you always leave the back door unlocked when you know Dad's coming home late. We need to talk about Tommy. It's real important.
What's going on? Tommy's not here. He and your father went to the movies. If this is important, you should have let us know that you were coming and not just break in here like this and sneak in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've been thinking about this for a long time. 2 months, to be exact. You see, it's time that Tommy comes lives with me. Now. He needs to be with me. You see, he spends most of his time in his room, staring out that window, alone. He told me so. That's how you take care of him?
What? What are you talking about? Tommy's a good kid. We've been raising him, your son, all these years. Something you should have been doing from the beginning. He's having no trouble in school, he has friends, and he has a home here with us.
Oh, you're raising him. You're raising him like you and Frank raised me. You see, I know that Tommy's not doing well in school. I know that he's failing. And this crazy idea of him going to college is a lie so that you and Frank can take his accident money.
No!
Oh, please.
Mary, I don't understand you. You have a lot of nerve just breaking in here and making that kind of accusation. You're our daughter. We raised you. We worried about you. Your father and I did marry Tony. Oh, you were in such a hurry. Look what he did to you. Your father warned you about him. I told you. We all told you. You are so ungrateful for everything we've done for you.
Ungrateful? Wait. And, Mom, what have I to be grateful for? I couldn't wait to get out of here. I counted the days so I could leave. You and Frank were driving me crazy! How do you like that? I married Tony so that I could be free!
Free.
Yeah, free!
So you could lock yourself up in your room and do drugs? We know that! God knows what else you were doing. Oh, wait till Frank shows up. There'll be holy hell to pay for this. He'll give you a piece of his mind. You're lucky I don't call the police.
Oh, please! You won't call the police? It would be too embarrassing. Just think, the neighbors would finally know.
We're home. We saw the light in the window. Hey, what's going on here?
Jen decided to pay us a surprise visit.
It's almost 11 o'clock. What happened, Jen? Something happened?
Go ahead, Jen. Tell your father why you're here. And this time Tommy can listen. Go ahead, Jen.
Mom?
What's this all about? You're angry about something, Jen. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Jen has something she wants to say. Go ahead, Jen.
Right? I want Tommy to come live with me now. It's time we did this. Tommy, do you remember when we had our little chat? And you told me you're not happy? That you have trouble sleeping? That you spend most of your time alone in your room? I know you're not happy here. In fact, I know you're miserable here. I think it would be better if you come live with me.
Tommy, is this true?
You got some nerve.
Oh.
Everything's about you, isn't it? When you had boyfriend problems, we paid for your trip to Florida so you could forget. And your wedding? Yeah, we paid for that one too.
Yeah, you brought me down the aisle.
When you were pregnant, Tony asked me for a job so he asked me for a reference so he can get a job at my place. So I go out on a limb for Tony, and what happens? He gets fired from his job, and I have to explain to my boss what happened. Then you go to rehab, and we get Tommy. Sure, you tried to take care of your son, only to send him back to us when it wasn't convenient. You forgot about all that, didn't you? And suddenly all that disappears from your memory, and now you want Tommy back.
Gramps, please, stop. Everybody, please. This is so stupid.
No, Tommy, it's not stupid. Jen, tell your father what you told me about the accident money. Oh, yeah, your father and I are living high on the hog with Tommy's college money.
You twisted everything around. You see, that money belongs to Tommy. And Tommy is my son. And we're only going to take a little bit so that we can make a home, a real home. And Tommy will go to school, he'll do well, and he'll go to real college.
I got news for you, Jen.
Oh.
That money is held in trust, and the account has our names on it, not yours. You're not getting a penny.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What for? What are you going to do with that money? Spend it on drugs? Maybe give some of it to poor Tony, who hasn't been around in years? There's laws in this country to prevent that sort of thing from happening. You know what it's called?
What?
It's called fraud. You're not going to squander Tommy's money. That's it. That's final.
Okay, Frank, okay. We're not getting anywhere with this. It's been a long day. Time to call it a night. Jen, why don't you leave and just call me in the morning?
Tommy, why don't you go to bed and get some sleep?
I don't want to. I always have to do what everybody tells me to do, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do what I want to do.
See? He doesn't want to stay here anymore. I think he should come with me.
You're sneaking in here in the middle of the night and you think you're just going to walk out with him? You better think again.
Listen, this is all getting crazy, everybody. Just take a deep breath. Maybe we can just talk about it in the morning.
There is nothing to talk about.
A little impulsive, aren't you? Just like the old Jen. Your mother and I never knew what the hell was going on in that brain of yours. It was always a mystery. You can hardly take care of yourself. How do you expect to take care of Tommy?
I'll manage, like I always did.
Yeah, you'll manage. Tommy, think about this. Is this what you're old enough to start thinking for yourself? Is this what you want to do? Go live with your mother? Chances are you're not even going to have a room of your own.
What are you saying? Trying to turn my son against me, huh? How do you like that? My own parents poisoning my son against me. Well, you know what? It's going to stop, and it's going to stop now. Come on, Tommy. You're going to come with me.
No, he's not. Don't listen to what your father had to say. You're in no condition to take care of yourself. You can't take care of Tommy.
Tommy,
No.
let's go.
No.
Now.
No.
Now.
He's not leaving this house. I forbid it.
He is coming.
Oh, don't push Granny!
Oh, Jesus, shut up, Tommy. You're going to come with me. You're going to come with me now, and you're not going to act like one of your asshole friends.
Now you see how your mother's really is.
Okay, Fred, that's enough. Jen, it's time to leave. Go. You know the way out. Tommy, you're staying here with us. That's it. There's the door. Show yourself out.
With Jen, it's always one thing after the other. It's always her, her, her. This whole thing was thoughtless.
Frank, before I lose my patience, why don't you just go to bed, and I'll join you later when I'm ready. Tommy, you two, go get some sleep. I just need some time alone.
It was thoughtless. What did she think she was going to do? Take Tommy with her tonight?
Frank, she just came here asking for help. Is that too much to ask?
Didn't we do enough?
Frank, I'm tired, I've had it with you!
I'm going to bed. Turn the light off when you're through, huh?
How did this happen? How did this ever happen? Where did we lose her?